and another book. This one I also found at the thrift store, so it's called, I don't know why I keep finding these amazing books at the thrift store, but I recommend you go and look because you never know what you can find. So this is called A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose by Eckhart Tolle. Have no idea what this book is about, but I'm reading chapter 1 and I really like the title of it, and it's called The Flowering of Human Consciousness. So, and it's called Evocation. I don't know when this book was made. It is by Penguin, you know, like the English book brand or distributor. I don't know who they are, but how do I like find out the year of this book? Oh, 2005. Okay. So this is from, yeah, 2005. That's how many years? I can't do math. So 2023, 2005, that's 18 years ago. 18 years ago, that's insane. But let's get started. If there are any noises that you hear, that's just the construction that's happening right outside my window. Even though I live on the 8th floor, it still can be loud, but let's start because I'm excited. I feel like this will be so interesting. Yeah, and it's also so old. I don't know. Okay. Earth, 114 million years ago, one morning just after sunrise, the first flower ever to appear on the planet opens up to receive the rays of the sun. Prior to this momentous event that heralds an evolutionary transformation in the life of plants, the planet had already been covered in vegetation for millions of years. The first flower probably did not survive for long, and flowers must have remained rare and isolated phenomena, since conditions were most likely not yet favorable for a widespread flowering to occur. One day, however, a critical threshold was reached, and suddenly there would have been an explosion of color and scent all over the planet if a perceiving consciousness had been there to witness it. Much later, those delicate and fragrant beings we call flowers would come to play an essential part in the evolution of consciousness of another species. Humans would increasingly be drawn to and fascinated by them as the consciousness of human beings developed. Flowers were most likely the first thing they came to value that had no utilitarian purpose for them, that is to say, was not linked in some way to survival. They provided inspiration to countless artists, poets, and mystics. Jesus tells us to contemplate the flowers and learn from them how to live. The Buddha is said to have given a silent sermon once, during which he held up a flower and gazed at it. After a while, one of those present, a monk called Mahakasyapa, began to smile. He is said to have been the only one who had understood the sermon. According to legend, that smile, that is to say realization, was handed down by 28 successive masters and much later became the origin of Zen. Seeing beauty in a flower could awaken humans, however briefly, to the beauty that is an essential part of their own innermost being, their true nature. The first recognition of beauty was one of the most significant events in the evolution of consciousness. The feelings of joy and love are intrinsically connected to that recognition. Let me get this notification out of the way. Okay. Without our fully realizing it, flowers would become for us an expression and form of that which is most high, most sacred, and ultimately formless within ourselves. Flowers, more fleeting, more ethereal, and more delicate than the plants out of which they emerged, would become like messengers from another realm, like a bridge between the world of physical forms and the formless. They not only had a scent that was delicate and pleasing to humans, but also brought a fragrance from the realm of spirit. Using the word enlightenment in a wider sense than the conventionally accepted one, we could look upon flowers as the enlightenment of plants. Any life form in any realm, mineral, vegetable, animal, or human, can be said to undergo enlightenment. It is, however, an extremely rare occurrence, since it is more an evolutionary progression. It also implies a discontinuity in its development, a leap to an entirely different level of being, and, most important, a lessening of materiality. What could be heavier and more impenetrable than a rock, the, the densest of all forms, and yet some rocks undergo a change in their molecular structure, turn into crystals, and so become transparent to the light. Some carbons, under inconceivable heat and pressure, turn into diamonds, and some heavy minerals into other precious stones. Most crawling reptilians, the most earthbound of all creatures, have remained unchanged for millions of years. Some, however, grew feathers and wings and turned into birds, thus defying the force of gravity that had held them for so long. They didn't become better at crawling or walking, but transcended crawling and walking entirely. Since time immemorial, flowers, crystal, precious stones, and birds have held special significance for the human spirit. Like all life forms, they are, of course, temporary manifestations of the underlying one life, one consciousness. Their special significance and the reason why humans feel such fascination for and affinity with them can be attributed to their ethereal quality. Once there is a certain degree of presence, of still and alert attention in human beings' perceptions, they can sense the divine life essence, the one indwelling consciousness or spirit in every creature, every life form, recognize it as one with their own essence, and so love it as themselves. Until this happens, however, most humans see only the outer forms, unaware of the inner essence, just as they are unaware of their own essence and identify only with their own physical and psychological form. In the case of a flower, a crystal, precious stone, or bird, however, even someone with little or no presence can occasionally sense that there is more there than the mere physical existence of that form, without knowing that this is the reason why he or she is drawn toward it, feels an affinity with it. Because of this ethereal nature, its form obscures the indwelling spirit to a lesser degree than is the case with other life forms. The exception to this are all newborn life forms, babies, puppies, kittens, lambs, and so on. They are fragile, delicate, not yet firmly established in materiality, an innocence, a sweetness, and beauty that are not of this world still shine through them. They delight even relatively insensitive humans. So when you are alert and contemplate a flower, crystal, or a bird without naming it mentally, it becomes a window for you into the formless. There is an inner opening, however slight, into the realm of spirit. This is why these three enlightened life forms have played such an important part in the evolution of human consciousness since ancient times. Why, for example, the jewel in the lotus flower is a central symbol of Buddhism, and a white bird, the dove, signifies the Holy Spirit in Christianity. They have been preparing the ground for a more profound shift in planetary consciousness that is destined to take place in the human species. This is the spiritual awakening that we are beginning to witness now. I really like that, honestly, and I think this book will be so good, even though it looks like it's been through so much. That kind of opened a new perspective, especially the newborn babies and stuff like that. They're pure innocence and something shines through them that's not from this world. I think that's true because it just shows the start of a human life. It's just like a little physical being with a consciousness. All it knows how to do is cry and ask for its needs and love its mother. I don't know. It's crazy to think that we were all babies once. And now we're all grown up, I guess. There is a lot to think about. I feel like today I kind of slightly forgot how to read. I don't know why. I guess it happens. I just came back from work and I do a lot of talking on the phone, sometimes with just people, and that's why I think I completely forgot how to socialize. Also, I released a new video on the history of blazers. I love blazers, so it was such a fun topic to research. You should go watch it. But on this note, I will end the live here and now. I hope you have a great day. Sorry for the construction that you maybe have heard in the background. I'm mad at them, but I released the anger. It's okay. But yeah, I love you, and I'll see you in my next video or my next live. I would love if you could recommend me a book that I should read or something that I should talk about in my next live. I love you. I said that like a trillion times, but I really do. Even though no one joined this live, I love you. I'll see you later.